Okay, hi everybody, this is Mr. Manning, and this is going to be a video about how to fill out a petty cash report. And then after you are done with the petty cash report, it is going to talk about how to record the transaction into the cash payments journal. So a couple of things that you might want as you are watching this video. You are probably going to want a copy of a petty cash report. This is one that I have created that is in Google Sheets. Along with this document, there is a tab that is a copy for the cash payments journal. You're going to need that as well. And then finally, you might want this photo here. It is a picture of the transaction from the book. Okay, so quick reminder about petty cash. Petty cash is this thing that that accountants use to pay for really small transactions. And when I say small, it's usually transactions that are maybe $20 or less. That's just kind of a rule of thumb. If it's over $20, it can still come out of petty cash. It just depends on what it is for. Your petty cash fund is usually for a specific amount. I can see that in this particular example, the amount is $200. And Kevin Tomlinson is what we call the custodian of the petty cash account. Most likely, Kevin Tomlinson is either an accountant or possibly a manager at this corporation. So what the accountant will do is whenever the petty cash fund gets to a certain amount, so below a certain amount, they will replenish it. And what that means is they just simply are going to put in enough money to take it back up to its total. So Kevin Tomlinson is going to put in enough money so that the value of the petty cash goes back to $200. The accountant will do this at any time. It doesn't matter if it is the first day of the month, the last day of the month, or the 17th of the month. Whenever the petty cash fund gets below a certain amount, that is when this activity happens. So let's read a little bit about here. It says, Kevin Tomlinson is the custodian of a $200 petty cash account. On March 31st, he had receipts for the following payments. So whenever he opened up the petty cash lockbox or wherever this corporation keeps their money, he found receipts for the following things. He found receipts for supplies, office, of $45.23. Supplies store, $66.18, and miscellaneous for $49.25. He also, inside of the lockbox, he found an actual amount of cash that was equal to $40.59. So there was $40.59 worth of cash inside of the box when he opened it up. So it is Kevin's job to figure out if there is enough money in there, too much money, the perfect amount, or not enough. And then it's also his job to record this transaction into the cash payments journal. So we are going to start with the petty cash report. And all of the things that are in yellow are things that you're going to need to fill out. All right. And as you are doing that, the things that are in white are going to automatically get filled in for you because there is an equation in these spots. All right, so the date on this particular transaction is March 31st. So we're going to put March 31st, and you can use 2018 if you want to. The custodian is the name of the person who is doing this, so it's Kevin Tomlinson. The reconciliation is the amount of money that the fund is worth. And in this transaction, it tells us that the fund is worth $200. So we're going to put $200 right here. All right. And when I put that in, you're going to see that some of these numbers are going to start to populate. They're going to start to fill in. As we put other numbers in, they will change. All right. So the first category is supplies office. This is a pretty common one for petty cash. These would be supplies that you purchase for around the office. So paper clips, extra paper, pencils, pens, those kinds of things. So he found, when he opened it up, he found a receipt that was for $45.23 in supplies office. So we're going to put $45.23 right there. Supplies store, this could be like cash register tape or things that they use in the actual store itself. $66.18. And then miscellaneous was $49.25. Okay. This last section here is if there's anything else in there. So maybe there is something for like food, or that'd probably go in miscellaneous, but equipment, repair. There's all sorts of reasons why you might have one more category, so they give you that option to fill in this category. But Kevin doesn't need that option because the only 3 that he had were already listed. Okay, so you can see that the report is telling us that we had a total payments of $160.66. That is these 3 numbers added together. The recorded amount on hand, this would be the amount that we should have. And the way we get that is by taking the amount that we started with and subtracting the amount that we spent. So according to this, we should have $39.34. This other yellow section, actual amount on hand, that is the actual amount of cash that was in there whenever the custodian opened it up and saw what was inside of the box. So remember, when Kevin opened it up, he had a cash count of $40.59. So we have to put that amount right here, $40.59. Okay. We should have had $39.34. We actually had $40.59. We had more than we should have. This is called a cash over. And the reason you know it's an over is if these numbers are in parentheses right here, this over is also in parentheses. So that would tell you that this is a cash over. If this number was not in parentheses, this would be a cash short. So a cash over means that we had too much. We had $1.25 more than we should have. And that is going to be important whenever we record this into our cash payments journal here in a little bit. All right. Finally, down here at the bottom, it tells us the amount to replenish, $159.41. So this means that Kevin is going to have to get $159.41 to put back into the petty cash box so that he can bring the total back up to $200. All right, so that is a petty cash report. It's pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. You just put the information in the right boxes, and then you let Google Sheets do the rest. The cash payments journal is just a little bit more challenging. So we're going to go over here to the cash payments journal. So the reason this goes into cash payments is because when you replenish this cash, which is $159.41, you are paying cash to the petty cash fund. So you're creating a cash payment transaction. So we are going to record that on March 31st. And now we are going to list all of the categories that we had on our petty cash report over here. So it's our payment categories. So we're going to list supplies, office, supplies store, miscellaneous. And those were our only 3 categories. And remember, I got these 3 categories from this section right here. If you wrote anything else here in the yellow, that would also be part of this category. All right. Each of these amounts, the $45.23, $66.18, and $49.25, are going to be general debits. So I'm going to take $45.23. Supplies store was $66.18. Miscellaneous was $49.25. Way over here on the right, the cash credit, and you do this on the very first line, the cash credit is the total amount that you are going to put back into the petty cash fund. On your petty cash report, that is this amount right down here, amount to be replenished, $159.41. Okay, so we are almost done, but we have a tiny bit of a problem. Right now, our debits and our credits do not equal. If I were to add up these debits, you don't have to do this part, I just want to show you, if I were to add up these three debits, I actually have 160.66. I have a credit of 159.41. So right now my debits are higher than my credits. So I need to add one more credit to make these two things equal. And the credit that I need to add is the amount that I determined as being cash short or cash over. If you have cash over, you add a credit. If you have cash short, you add a debit. So I am going to put on this next line cash short and over. And then over here on my credit, I'm going to put $1.25. That is the amount that the petty cash report told me that I was over. Now, if I were to add these two credits together and these three debits together, I should get the same amount. And that's your transaction. All right, guys. I would like for you to now try the other one on your own. Good luck.